my career, I've always touched upon each and every one of these pieces and always enjoyed playing them at one point in my life or another. The beginning of the disc starts with a Marcello, where you hear very much like a Baroque sound on the soprano saxophone.
The soprano saxophone has got that ability to play Baroque music very, very successfully. It sort of has the combination of a trumpet sound and an oboe sound sort of mixed together, and somehow that works fantastically well.
The reason I called it Reflections was really because I wanted to put together a collection of pieces, as cheesy as it sounds, that are quite reflective. I love playing Du Bis die Rue because it's something that, you know, really brings me back to a time in my life, you know, where I was possibly feeling quite vulnerable, and that's kind of how the music was put together. You get a really like dark and haunting sound, and I think that's really quite special.
The Fire, Spanish songs, that's perhaps that's quite a surprising choice for saxophone and piano, but just the kind of the fiery sound that the saxophone can make in those particular pieces really works very well. The piano part goes incredibly fast a lot of the time, building up this kind of sound, and I've played it with cello and with singers in the past, but there's an extra element when you've got such a big sound like the saxophone. So that's a bit of a challenge actually, but it's a nice one. The combination of saxophone and piano is a really marvellous thing to be part of. Somehow the way the two instruments sort of blend together is really one of the best duo combinations with piano.
My instruments are Mark 6, Selmer Mark 6 instruments, so they date back to circa kind of 1950. And there's something really unique about the age of, the age of the instrument. Like anything really creates like a very unique sound, and I think the darkness of my sound really comes from that age of instrument. That's one of the things I really wanted to show on this album in particular, is that the saxophone can have quite a raucous sound, but also when it's played sensitively, it's really quite beautiful and unique, and it's also quite surprising as a listener, I think. People, when they listen to the album, it won't be kind of what they're expecting, and I quite enjoy that.